Hey,
Ooh, there it is. There it is. Ooh, shakalaka, 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 laka, shakalaka.
Ian,
Hey, what's up, Marcus?
what you doing over there?
I was singing "Hoop." There it is.
No, you weren't.
I was.
You said hoop shakalaka.
That's part of the song. It's "Hoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka."
You ready to get into this?
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. Broskies and Brewskis coming to you live from the Cloud Station.
Choo choo.
Motherfucking chew. You know, we got a nice episode for you guys planned today. Talking about some Golden Globes.
Got a good bunch of globes.
Got a bunch of Golden Globes. Globes that are glowing golden?
I don't know that. I mean, if you shine a light, maybe.
They're probably golden.
Yeah.
They're probably glowing. And
If you
golden.
shine a light, or like put them on a little like display case with the light shining on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. We got to talk about some Golden Globes that just passed this past week, as well as a few trailers for you
Yep.
guys.
Get back into the old business
Getting
of
back
trailers.
into the nitty gritty of everything. It's got some trailers going on for you guys, as well as some not movie reviews, some TV show reviews.
From
Gotta-
what stations?
But
what
one's
providers?
from Netflix, and one is a Disney Plus original.
Yep.
So, without further ado, let's take this shot, boys. We're drinking our typical
Tequilas.
tequila.
The same brand?
Yes, Cazadores.
Cazadores.
Cazadores. You ready for this?
Yes.
Clink that, baby.
Ooh.
What are we drinking, Ian?
Today? Oh, gosh. Oh, it's hitting me back hard. I'm sorry. Today, we got some Made in Alaska beer. It's Alaskan Husky IPA. It's a Mosaic India Pale Ale.
Mosaic. Like the art?
I would imagine so, yes.
What does that mean? This is artistic beer?
I'm sure artists brewed it, but they're artists in Alaska.
There's a nice little husky boy on here.
There is. I love. That's why I bought it. It also
Do you like husky boys?
no, because I do like huskies, but I saw Alaskan, and I like to try other states' brews.
He didn't even
So,
catch that one, guys. We're gonna keep that between you and me. I'm sorry, I'm having a conversation with the listeners right now, Ian. Go ahead.
Anywho, yeah, Alaskan.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know much of it. I haven't never drunk it before. So.
Oh my gosh. All right, without further ado, let's get into the shits, shall we? Actually, before we get
It
into the
tastes like
shits,
an IPA. It tastes like your typical IPA. I'm sorry.
before we get into the shit, it does taste like your typical IPA. There's nothing very spectacular about it. Not to say that it's trash.
No.
Not to say that it's the greatest thing in the world. It just tastes like a normal IPA to me. You know,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
it
It
does.
doesn't have a distinct flavor, and
No.
sometimes that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you want a plain Jane, or in Ian's case, a husky boy.
Yes, I'm not going to feed into that joke. So just continue on.
You already have. Hey. Anyway, okay, so what did I want to talk about first before we got into the shits actually? So I just want to make sure that everyone knows, because I feel like we need to reiterate this a few times until we feel like our listeners and our audience kind of really know what's going on with the show now. So what you guys are listening to right now, this is Bros, Brews, and Reviews. We got 2 podcasts coming now, weekly now, instead of our typical one that we did in 2019. This is 2020. It's the year for big changes. Sorry, but you shouldn't. I shouldn't apologize because I think you guys are gonna like these changes. So, well, without further ado, this is Bros, Brews, and Reviews, where we talk about movie reviews, TV show reviews, and get you guys geared up for the new TV shows and movies that we will be seeing, and that you should also be seeing. And so we can review them later on after we've seen them and talk about them with you. So that's pretty much the gist, right, Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is Bros, Brews, and Reviews. And without further ado, let's get into the shits. All right, Golden Globes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this a lot.
I did too. It was probably the best award show I've seen.
Yeah,
So-
I enjoyed watching this. Excuse me, more than watching the Oscars. Even though the Oscars was good because it was just a lot of good awards going around. We had a really good list of movies that were getting awarded in the Oscars. You know,
Last year, yeah.
yeah, and I was really excited to see what got nominated. This year is going to be even crazier, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Golden Globes of 2020. And we had a lot of great films that were nominated in this as well.
Yeah.
Were you shocked that Marvel didn't get any nods at all?
No, I'm not. They really were pushing for Oscar nominations. It looks
And
like
not Golden Globe.
no, yeah. I didn't hear it. I didn't even. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know this existed.
The Golden Globes?
I mean, I'm sure if I saw it, like it just is not at the forefront of my mind of award shows. Like when I think of award shows, I think like the Oscars or the Grammys or like the Tonys. I just
Get the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tonys, the SAGs, Golden Globes. There's tons of like film festival
I know.
award shows.
Yeah, it didn't cross my mind that this even existed anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it does, and we watched it.
Yeah,
and
it was fun.
oh yeah, what was your overall thought of it? Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. Yeah, I did. I think some shade was given.
Lots of shade. This
yeah.
was a very interesting year because they chose probably the most impractical host that they could have possibly chosen for an award show that's supposed to be like Dapper Dan, prestigious, and like
he's done it for the past 5 years.
but which makes no sense. It makes absolutely
Obviously, people
no
watch it and like it. So,
And you think that's why? You think they watch it because they choose someone who is controversial, who does just like to kind of goof and like call people out on their shits. And I didn't see the Golden Globes last year, so I don't know how Ricky. We're talking about Ricky Gervais,
that's when
right?
a lot of people complained. It was last year.
About
That's why he's not hosting anymore.
about his performance last year.
Yeah, a lot of people said that he was too controversial, and so he got mad. And I think they said this will be your last year. And I think he got pissed.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go out with the
Yeah.
bang." And we're talking about Ricky Gervais, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
He has his own talk show, right?
Ricky Gervais?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't remember. I knew he was in a few movies here.
Or am I
and there.
thinking of the? There's a British guy, or is Ricky Australian?
Ricky's British.
He's British.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's a TV, not TV. I'm pretty sure there's an Australian dude that has a talk show.
I don't think it's him. I mean, he might have a talk show in Britain.
Oh my god! I'm pretty sure. I swear this dude had a talk show.
He had like he bought his friend like
Oh no
round trip
I'm
ticket.
thinking
to
of
everywhere.
Pierce Morgan. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
Pierce Morgan. That's who it is.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
totally-
Piers Morgan is a little different.
Yeah, I mean, but they're similar though a little bit. Like they
British.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely, and that means that they're all the same.
Yeah, carbon copies.
Exactly. No. I mean, just in the sense of they're both kind of, very outspoken, very like willing to just go there.
Yeah, no. Well, Piers Morgan, I think, is more of he's like more in the political spotlight
Definitely.
because he was.
Definitely.
I think he had a show on CNN at one point,
Yeah, I think so.
but he also hosted America's Got Talent over in the States. It's kind of weird, but
Pierce?
yeah, he's one of the first hosts.
Mm.
It's him and Sharon Osbourne and Howie Mandel.
All right, so let's bring it back to Ricky
Yeah.
in the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Take it away, Ian.
Oh, well, I mean, there was a few. Are we doing the winners right now, or are we talking just about Ricky Gervais or everything?
Ricky.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Ricky said a lot of controversial stuff this time that I was very shocked and surprised that he said.
What shocked you the most?
That he called out just everybody in the industry. Like he like said, how they claim to be woke. Yet they, their boss, their employers are like, especially Apple is what he pointed out the most, is that Apple has a bunch of like Chinese sweatshops making their products that has child labor and all that stuff. And, he's like, he said that, and he said like, I think the most shocking thing is what he said at the very end
Mm-hmm.
when he said, come up on stage, accept your award, thank
It's like whatever God you pray to.
Thank your producers, thank you God, and get the fuck off the stage. And I was like, oh gosh, like
No, actually, he didn't say get the fuck off the
Oh,
stage.
did he not?
He said and fuck off.
yes, I'm sorry, he
Yeah.
did say and fuck
It was
off.
it was
yeah,
the very typical British thing to say.
yes,
And fuck off. I love that.
yeah. I was very
cheering.
surprised.
Oh, I was cheering. I was like, this man gives zero fucks, and I'm here for it.
And he said he didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, and I love how he brought up Kevin Hart too in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, you guys, he's basically like, you guys are gonna fire Kevin Hart over a couple offensive tweets, and then he points to himself and he's like, hello. Like, he's probably one of the most offensive dudes out there, but like, no one cares. And I think he kind of brought attention to his whiteness, which I was like, hey, self-awareness is a thing, and this guy's definitely pretty self-aware, which is dope. We love that. He's Mr. Woke, even though he's bashing on people for being woke.
Yeah, and then that was a big moment. And just throughout the entire night, like he made a Harvey Weinstein joke.
Oh, I forgot about the Harvey Weinstein joke. The Harvey Weinstein joke was good, but people definitely were like, yeah, the Jeffrey Epstein one I think was the one that got me rolling. What was the connection he made? I know he was trying to connect the audience to Jeffrey, but I forget what he said exactly, like what the punchline was. But it was just
there was a lot of the way that he said it, because he's British, he said there was a lot of pedophiles movies out this week or out this year. Talking about the documentaries of like, you know, the Michael Jackson one and Surviving R. Kelly, and he made a joke about Two Popes, one of the movies that's nominated for Best Motion Picture Drama.
Yeah. And then but
people groaned. He said, "Hey, they're your friends, not mine."
That's what it was. That was his punchline to the Epstein joke. I loved that. I was dying on that one too. I'm just like, damn, this dude is not afraid.
No,
he's not
it's
afraid.
His last year. He doesn't care anymore.
He was drinking a beer up there. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he did. Yes,
he had a whole ass beer.
He just shows up on stage with a beer.
Incredible. What a man. That's my man.
Ricky Gervais.
I think he's kind of husky too, man.
Anyways. He said a lot that I'm not mad that he said. You know what I mean? I think that one, he said they're all jokes, but I think these jokes in particular were a little more aimed toward hitting the gut a little more. So
I agree. Let's talk about some of the notable winners of the night. So for Best Motion Picture Drama, you had 1917 being the winner, which we have not seen yet, but we are going to have that review ready for you guys come next week.
Yes,
on Thursday,
because it comes out on the 10th. This is what that made me. This makes it.
Well, that's what a lot of studios will do if the movie is kind of slated for end of the year release. They'll do a limited release so that they're eligible for these sort of award shows, and then they'll do the widespread theatrical release later on when they're fully ready.
Yeah,
so the cut that everyone else might have seen might not have even been the full cut, because sometimes that also does happen. But I'm pretty sure it probably was, because it got crazy reviews, and obviously it won Best Motion Picture Drama.
Yeah, good for 1917. I was not surprised by that.
Were you not?
No. I definitely think. I mean, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's up against the likes of the two popes, The Irishman, Joker, and Marriage Story, and
which was my favorite.
We haven't seen Two Popes.
No,
but
I did not see that one.
The thing which made me so shocked was the fact that they put Marriage Story up there, which further affirms my thoughts that was just a spectacular film, and just the fact that the people, the critics, the people in these academies are acknowledging that as well. I'm like, it makes me happy. I'm like, yes, this is good, and I want a lot of people to see it and know that this is a good film. So see Marriage Story if you haven't, even though it wasn't the winner in this category. This next win kind of took me by surprise.
It did.
Best Motion Picture for a musical or a comedy. The winner was Once Upon a Time, up against the likes of Dolomite Is My Name, Jojo Rabbit, Knives Out, and Rocket Man. Now, I did not see Rocket Man.
No, I heard it's bad. Well, I'm sure it's good. My mom doesn't like Elton John, and she's the one who's seen it.
So you just told me a very biased opinion.
But yes, from my mother. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, we didn't see Dolomite Is My Name, but we did see Jojo Rabbit and Knives Out. And out of those two films, I think that those two films were more enjoyable, but that's personal preference. I enjoyed them more than Once Upon a Time, but at the same time, the film critic in me does have to acknowledge just how almost near perfect Once Upon a Time is. Like, from a film standpoint, from start to finish, from the acting to the directing to the blocking to the cinematography to the to the makeup and the wardrobe. Everything about that film is damn near an A+. It's just, for me, it just really comes down to an enjoyment factor. The movie was just very long, which made it harder to enjoy because it's almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's really long.
Whereas Jojo Rabbit, a lot shorter of a movie, really enjoyable. You know, Taika Waititi playing Adolf Hitler in a very comedic role is very enjoyable and very palpable. Knives Out, you had an all-star ensemble cast, a lot to look at, a lot to take in, and it's a murder mystery, so you're thinking the entire time. So that's obviously going to be very enjoyable. Whereas Once Upon a Time is kind of like a love letter to an era of time that we did not live in.
No.
Because we were born in the 90s, mid-90s.
Yeah.
We did not live in this era of time, so we don't get to appreciate it as much as some of the older generations probably did. But I can still appreciate it from a great, for the great film that it is.
Yeah.
So I was surprised, but also not surprised.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't think it was going to make it. But good for it.
Yeah, good for it. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama, Joaquin Phoenix won for Joker against the likes of...
I'm not surprised about that.
No, not at all. Jonathan Pierce for The Two Popes, Christian Bale for Ford vs. Ferrari, Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, and Adam Driver for Marriage Story. I really wanted Adam to win.
I did too.
I wanted him to get one. I really did. I really did. Okay, so you had best performance by an actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. You got winner Awkwafina for The Farewell, which we did not see, up against the likes of Ana de Armas for Knives Out. That's the main character from that movie if you haven't seen it. Kate Blanchett for Where'd You Go, Bernadette. Beanie Feldstein for Booksmart. And Emma Thompson for Late Night. Awkwafina is blowing up recently.
She's really big.
She's getting big and she's getting bigger, and it's I'm happy for her. Keep going up. I want to see more representation for Asian cultures in Hollywood. I want to see it.
Oh.
I want to see it outside of just like martial arts and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like I love we're getting movies like Mulan, and I love Ip Man, and and I love all those genres that are centered around that. But I love also just seeing racial stereotypes being broken, and seeing people be in movies, and they're just in it.
Yeah, and they're just acting.
Just acting. Yeah, I want to see that more. So keep on going, Awkwafina. I like this one. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Yeah, Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton. Sorry. For Rocket Man, up against the likes of Daniel Craig for Knives Out. Come on now. Roman Griffin Davis, which is the main character from Jojo Rabbit, and Leonardo DiCaprio and Eddie Murphy. That's this kid.
Yeah, it's
won
crazy.
against Daniel Craig, Leo DiCaprio, and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
isn't that not wild?
I was shocked. Yeah,
and it's for a movie that we haven't even seen that your mom apparently thinks is bad because she hates Elton John.
Yes.
Isn't that nuts though, man? I mean, congrats to you,
Terrence.
Terrence.
Yeah, love you in Kingsman.
Yeah. Love you in Kingsman. Okay, we did get one nod to Marriage Story, which I enjoyed. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. You got Laura Dern as the winner for Marriage Story.
Yeah, she was really good in
She was really good in that. I hated her character because she played it so well.
Yeah, she was
a very hateable character.
She was a capital B bitch in that movie.
Yeah, and she makes jokes about that when she's doing her acceptance speech, which I really thought was a nice touch. Nice touch, Laura. Nice touch. But she was up against the likes of Annette Bening for The Report, Jennifer Lopez for Hustlers, Margot Robbie for Bombshell, and Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell. And then
I was not surprised about this one either.
No, not at all. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. You got winner Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, up against the likes of Tom Hanks for Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Al Pacino for The Irishman, and Joe Pesci for The Irishman. Do you know? You probably had a sort of inkling, or maybe you do know. You know who Joe Pesci is, right?
Yeah,
he's the dude from Home Alone.
Yeah,
he's Marv.
Yeah, I know who Joe Pesci is. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know
he's
that.
in more than just Home Alone.
Oh, I haven't seen any of his other movies.
You never seen dude, what is that? My Cousin Vinny?
Nope.
Ever seen what's that? The Goodfellas?
Nope.
Never seen The Goodfellas?
I've never. You want me to repeat myself? I've never seen anything with Joe Pesci in it besides Home Alone.
Oh, well, he's a good actor.
I believe it. I want to see him, when he's not super old. He's got literally they chose like the most unflattering picture of him.
It's not a good picture.
It's not. They're like
how many liver spots we can get in this picture on him?
God damn it, Joe! I'm so sorry,
No,
man.
he's
They
a good
did
actor,
you like
though.
this.
He's a good actor.
I'm sorry they did him like this. They did him dirty. They really did him dirty. Okay, let's talk about Brad Pitt's acceptance speech though. You got to love the little nod he makes about like his exes, kind of, in a way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. He's giving his acceptance speech, and he's like, "Oh, I would have invited my mom up on stage, but he said people always say that I'm dating any woman that stands next to me." and the camera's literally showing Jennifer Aniston while this happens, and you're just like, "Oh, whoever." Honestly, let's take a moment to shout out the camera crew for the Golden Globes.
Oh, they wanted to get everybody's reaction.
They were so down for the fucking tea. It's insane. And I was here for it. We were here for it. Wasn't that incredible?
It was insane.
Oh my gosh.
Blew my brain.
Especially
insane.
During the monologue of Ricky showing just the random crowd, people in the crowd's reactions.
Going, oh.
Tom Hanks blew up, of course, as being an internet meme now because of that face.
Yeah.
I can only wait to see I can't wait to see what memes come of that. But apparently they're already being made. But congrats, Brad, for your
the meme factor.
Yeah, congrats for your performance.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was really good.
Yeah, he did good in that one. He definitely did good in that one. We got another win for 1917 for the best director in Sam Mendes. So that was pretty good. People are really loving that. Quentin Tarantino won best screenplay for Once Upon a Time, and that was pretty cool. This shocked the hell out of me. Best motion picture animated. I'll tell you what the category or who won. Now I'm going to tell you who won. I'm going to tell you everyone who's in it, and then we're going to let people guess, which makes no sense because there's no way for you guys to guess.
Unless
but you can guess in your mind.
The YouTube channel because they show clearly who won.
True.
Yeah. So
okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna list them. So you got in this category: Frozen 2, Missing Link, The Lion King, Toy Story 4, and How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Now, you know who won, obviously.
Yes.
But let's say you didn't know. Who would you have guessed to win?
Oh, I was either thinking Toy Story 4 or How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't realize just how big How to Train Your Dragon was until like earlier this year.
People love How to Train
earlier
Your Dragon.
2019. Yeah,
people love it.
When the first movie came out, I was like, I don't think this is gonna catch. This art style is a bit weird, but I don't even think it caught the first movie. I feel like it didn't catch till 2. I feel like people liked it.
True fans caught it at 1.
I know. I can agree with that, but I think that it didn't get as big and global to the point where we're getting spin-offs of TV shows and all this merch until like 2.
There was a TV show. I forgot about that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. I feel like it didn't really catch till 2. Because like 1, it was like, okay, people like this. Obviously, people went and saw it. But I feel like...
It's like Kung Fu Panda. People like Kung Fu Panda.
True.
I like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda was good. But no, I would have thought Lion King or Toy Story 4.
Not Lion King.
But no, the winner was Missing Link, an animated film that I never heard of. Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
Did you know about it?
I did know about it. Yeah, it was the same people who brought Kubo, I believe, which I like Kubo.
Oh, okay. I can see the similarities in it was a Kubo and the Two Strings, right?
Yeah.
I could see the similarities in the animation a bit. Not the exact same, but I could see it.
I think. Do you remember watching this category?
Are some of those people from the same studio, from Tim Burton's studio?
Probably. They probably at least worked with.
Because Kubo kind of.
It's claymation, very claymation.
Yeah, and it feels a bit Coraline-y, you know?
Yeah.
Which obviously Coraline is made from the same from the Tim Burton studio. So I don't know.
No, but the guy walked up there and was like, "Oh yeah, wow," like wasn't expecting this. But.
No, they were shocked. Oh my gosh, they were definitely shocked. Let's see. Find another really good notable one.
We're getting more into television right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fleabag won a lot this year.
Fleabag did win a lot. Which is this is dope for them. It's dope for them, you know?
Yeah.
I've never seen that show. I think
I have
actually no.
not
I think
either.
I've watched maybe an episode of Fleabag, but I don't think I've like watched a ton. Oh, this was one that shocked me. Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical or comedy. Yeah, so Remy Youssef, when he came up to the stage and did his speech, he was just another one of the people that just did not expect to win, and he took his win very graciously. That I thought that was fantastic of him. During his speech, he was kind of like shedding light at the fact of his show is basically depicting someone of his culture from I want to say it was Islamic. It was some like, Islamic like culture.
Yeah.
I'm saying this a bit wrong and probably not very politically correct, which I apologize, but it was a very nice piece because he's just talking about the whole base of it was just talking about inclusion and talking about how he wants to have more shows like this, and he wants to bring and shed light on the fact that his show is different than other people's shows, and just the sheer fact that it won against these massive odds. That's incredible, and he was very gracious for it, and I just thought that was cool. Like, congrats to you, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess the last thing we'll talk about for Golden Globes would be the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
What about the Carol Burnett? I think both of those were pretty big.
Yeah, sorry. We'll talk about both of those. But the Cecil B. DeMille Award went to Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember watching these, and I liked the video packages they gave. It was just kind of like for the Cecil, it gave just like a show of what Tom Hanks is capable of, and what a lot of the projects he was in from his early days, such as like Turner and Hooch, and
it was like a highlight reel of his entire career, basically.
Yeah, and who else? There was a lot of stuff. You know what Tom Hanks is in Toy Story, and
I didn't.
You didn't know he was in Toy Story?
No, I didn't know about all of the movies that he was in. Like, watching his highlight reel, I was shocked. So I was like, wow, this dude has been acting for so long and has been in so many movies. And it got me pumped because I was like, I want to watch these now. I want to go and see all these films that you've been in. I just recently, over winter break, saw Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan's good.
With my girlfriend and her family, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I waited so long to see it. I really don't, but I'm glad I've seen it now, and he did great in that. And they showed a clip from that, and I was pumped. I'm like, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good show. Good movie. Good actor. The one that I want to see that I haven't seen from him. Well, I mean, there's a few I haven't seen. I haven't seen Castaway or a few of them. Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can was pretty good.
That's probably one of my favorite Tom Hanks.
And they showed the Polar Express. They showed.
They didn't show the Polar Express.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
I remember vividly seeing it.
Are you sure? Was it in the beginning?
No, it was towards the end.
I didn't catch it.
It was It was during the hot chocolate song dance.
I didn't catch it.
But they showed, what was the movie that I didn't see? It came out in 2015. It's like,
I know you're talking about the boat movie.
No, not
Captain
Sully.
Phillips?
Yeah, not that one. Not Captain Phillips. It was he was like a government official, and he was pleading with Germany or something like that, Russia or something, to transfer like two bridges. It's like two bridges.
That's what it was.
I want to see that one. I remember when the trailers were released, I was like, that looks like it's going to be a pretty good movie, and I just never went to go see it.
What did you think of his speech? He was obviously very emotional.
Yeah. I remember he talked a lot about his family and just how he was blessed by having his family, and that they're the best family you can ever ask for.
Didn't they? They pulled out the music on him, didn't they? Towards the end,
they probably did. They did for a few people. That I know they do that for anybody, though. You know what I mean? But
but Tom Hanks, you can't pull out the music on Tom Hanks, man.
Hey, man, if you go over,
go over. The Oscars were like 3.5 hours. This was only like 2 hours and like 20 minutes. I feel like that's reasonable. like that allots for a few extra minutes here and there.
Yeah.
For speeches, but I enjoyed his speech a lot. It had me pumped. I was cheering. I was clapping. I feel like I take award shows like I take them like football games. You know, I cheer for your team.
Yeah. Did you his son was one of his sons was acting in a sitcom recently.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah. So he's got blood in Hollywood. So
there you go. And then we're gonna talk about the Carol Burnett Award, who went to Ellen DeGeneres.
Which I didn't know she was in like 2 sitcoms. I didn't know that. I knew she was in one of them. I didn't know she was in 2. I remember this a little more just because they showed a little earlier on in the film or in the award show. I just remember seeing her highlight reel and just being like, Ellen's pretty funny. You know, like just being like, Ellen is actually a pretty funny person. Which is why she's winning the Carol Burnett Award. So
yeah, shout out to Ellen. Ellen is quite literally that chick. She really is. She's awesome. Like, there's not a bad thing you can say about Ellen. Ellen's just has done so much for the LGBTQ community. She's done so much for comedy. She's done so much for television, primetime television. Like, I don't know. I appreciate everything she does.
Show.
She really did, and which is incredible. And like, man, Ellen deserves the accolades that she gets. She deserves the accolades that she got tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's gonna be our Golden Globes segment for the night. If you guys haven't checked the whole Golden Globes out and you do want to check it out, you can check that out on Hulu. I don't believe it will be on there for that long because usually Hulu will keep award shows on there for a little bit, like a week or so, and then they take them off. I'm not sure why they do that, but that's usually what they end up doing. So if you have Hulu, check it out on there. If you don't have Hulu, I have also found a stream that someone streamed the Golden Globes. I'm not sure about the quality because I did not check that link out, but there is a whole stream of the Golden Globes on YouTube. You can just search that on YouTube and hopefully find that for yourselves if you guys don't have Hulu. And with that being said, let's move on to our trailers for the night. All right, you ready for this, Sam?
Yeah.
All right, so first trailer we got Sex Education Season 2. Now, a little bit of TLDR. Ian has not seen Season 1 of Sex Education. What do you know about the show? You know anything?
Nothing. No, I don't know anything.
So, basically, there's a small town in Season 1 that this kid moves into, and this is like a British show, so everyone's got accents. Yeah, the town, it's kind of smallish town, and this kid's mom is she's like a sex guru. She's like the
love guru.
No, she's like a sex guru, but she has an actual job title. It's like basically like she's a sex therapist, I believe. I think that's what it is. I think she's a sex therapist.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what.
And he comes to the school just wanting to just lay low and be a nobody, but everyone finds out that his mom's a sex guru or a sex therapist. I gotta stop saying that. So they all basically just come to him for advice and just you know how sex goes.
Yeah.
Sticky icky. Yeah. So this is Season 2 coming out on Netflix. You ready, Ian?
Yeah.
All right, ready in 3, 2.
Good morning, Mordell.
Ring the bell.
Today we shall be hearing from a
That's the kid.
sexual health expert.
Mordell.
And that's his mom.
Look at he's got like really deep blue eyes.
Open conversation about
What did you say?
He's got really deep blue eyes.
He does. He does have deep blue eyes.
Didn't you wank off a courgette?
I don't know what a courgette is.
No, very British.
Did you wank off a courgette? What's a courgette?
Hey, wanker.
Hey, interracial relationships, bet.
Yeah.
So this is like
beach on my vagina, is that true?
What?
this is like a really like preppy school that they're in right now.
Eve has moved on, and so have I.
It looks like. When I first saw this, I thought that girl was Margot Robbie. They got Margot Robbie discounted.
Margot Robbie is
Discount Margot
not
Robbie.
British.
She's
Maybe-
Australian.
Yes.
If you let me back in, I won't tell everyone.
Which also shouts out to everyone in Australia.
I think I just had a very
Thoughts and prayers go to all of you guys.
Yeah.
I know this is like a really random beat, really random like darker beat during this goofy ass trailer, but
Yeah. The trailer is.
no. See, on a very serious note, definitely thoughts and prayers go out to everyone out there dealing with those crazy fires in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Seen some videos from that, and it's wild.
Yeah, it
Wow.
is really. Yeah.
It's not.
Not too impressed, I guess. I mean, I think people probably do like it, but it just doesn't look like something I would enjoy.
To be clear, you're talking about the trailer now, not
Yeah, the trailer, not
fires.
Australia. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're not actually paying 110% attention
I was trying
to the trailer while we're talking about things that don't have to do with the trailer.
That's also true. But
And it's not like anything crazy is popping out
no.
because it's
This
just
looks
a
like
show
your
about
teen drama.
Yeah, it's just a show about teenagers in high school. It's a coming of age story, pretty
Yeah.
much. You know, they're like figuring out themselves, figuring out their bodies, figuring out life, sex education.
And the classic Netflix. Whoop.
Can we get that back?
Yeah, we need that on every Netflix.
Like, I want it back, please. I love that. I'm not even gonna explain what that's from. If you know, you know, and if you don't, sorry.
Yeah, it's on Netflix though. You can find it.
All right, so we got another Netflix movie,
Ooh,
Lock
I
and
didn't
Key.
know this would be
This is
Netflix
based on a
movie.
graphic novel.
Lock and Key does sound familiar. When I saw it, I was like, that looks familiar. But
Are you ready, Ian?
I'm ready as ever.
All right, ready for Lock and Key in 3, 2.
Oh, I love it already.
Check it out.
The beach.
We're here.
You gotta love roads that have like water on each side.
I could never get your
There's
father to talk
nice
about his
floors.
life here.
That's an urn.
An urn. And
You just put an urn on the fireplace. Who's dead in there, Ian? Dog, cat?
My kids
probably
are home.
they're an actual family member. Probably like grandfather or dad. Or maybe, I don't know.
Rule number 1 of life: don't scream down wells, kid. What are you doing?
But how do you know if Johnny's going to be down?
Oh
in
my
the
God! Someone answered him.
Uh-oh.
Netflix original series.
is filled with amazing keys
Amazing key.
Amazing
Keys to what?
for them.
Skeleton keys. You know what I mean?
Is that girlfriend or is that a sister?
It probably is. I don't know. I don't know.
Why is there
Look
a
at
key?
that. There's a key right there.
It was sitting in a painting.
Because you got to figure out all these different keys to all these different rooms.
Do you
It's
think
like
that
a
skull
video
key
game.
goes to that skull doorknob?
I feel like this could have been made into a video game.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Whoa, what the hell is going on?
This dude just Doctor Stranged himself out of the house.
He's flying around.
He
It's
just
February,
he
man.
astral projected himself away.
How is any of this possible?
What?
She's
What
putting
the
a
hell?
key into her neck hole.
Ew. I don't know if I like that. That
We
cool.
don't know what
That
these keys
Tron?
unlock.
They're unlocking Tron.
Yeah, now they're going to the Tron world in a big bank vault. You woke me up.
No idea what's coming.
Who's the woman? Who's gonna be the woman? Famous actress? Famous actress?
It's a best-selling graphic novel.
There is a crazy evil thing who wants these keys.
Were they running around with glow
Everybody
sticks?
wants these keys.
Okay, so magic fire now. They're Stranger Thingsing it up in the woods.
They're weapons.
Always.
Did you hear that, Ian? Keys are not toys, they're weapons.
They're our legacy.
I've never had to use a key as a toy nor a weapon.
Connects us with Dad.
So,
Dude, jars just floated out of the ground.
you never
Was that Chris Hemsworth? Or no, was that Chris Evans?
It looked like them. I don't think it was, though.
What the fuck? That's some... Oh my god,
What
there's
the hell?
big shadow men.
It's always there.
What's always there? What are you talking about? They're literally running around
Everything
with
you understand about those keys.
glow sticks.
Shadows. Oh, yeah, that too.
You don't.
It reminds me of that freaking Jack Black film that came out like a few years ago that nobody saw.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You know what I get from this? I get very big Spy Kids vibes. I don't know why. Like I feel like it's hard. It was kind of hard for me to take that trailer seriously.
Really?
Like not that I'm not gonna see it because obviously we are gonna see
And
it.
I also got
but like
Umbrella Academy feeling. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even go that far. I mean, yes, they're in
I mean,
a
they're
big ass
just
house.
kids, right? But the big ass house and the
Yeah.
whole feel of the 1950s.
Crack me open one too, buddy. Crack me open one too. No, I don't know, man.
Oh,
I
look
don't-
at that! It went
I don't know
into
if I'm excited.
the whole.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm excited for it,
Yeah,
but
I don't know. It looks interesting.
yeah, it does look interesting. All right, so we got trailer for The Boy 2, Numero Dos. Did you see the first one?
I did not know.
That's not
That was
surprising.
at a time that I didn't
You're a little
watch
bitch
any.
boy when it comes to scary movies.
Not as usually. Not as recently. That's the right word.
Yes, you've gotten better. I'm proud of your accomplishments thus far, I will say.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we got the trailer for the second installment of The Boy, which is a movie about a doll boy, a doll man. Yeah.
A doll woman?
No, he's a boy.
It's a boy. Oh, okay.
He's a boy.
Okay.
It says in the title, Ian. Keep up.
A doll
The Boy.
dog?
What I want to know
okay.
is what's the first title in front of it? It's Brams. Brams the Boy.
Brams.
All right. You ready for this,
Maybe
Ian?
it's a different telling. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Up.
Not ready. Stop it. Don't do that. Okay. Ready for Brams the Boy 2 in 3, 2.
Jude, I'm home.
Alarm.
Oh, you see that boy underneath the stairs?
No, I did not.
Can you count how many boys are in this trailer? We got one boy.
We got. Oh shit! That scared the
Two
fuck out
boys.
of me. I was not expecting that. There's one boy. There's a bunny rabbit or a teddy bear. Oh, there's another boy.
That's a man.
Oh, that's a man.
It's not a
yeah.
boy. It's a man.
STX Films, Lake House
I
Entertainment.
understand that some of Jude's behaviors would be upsetting.
It looks
I'm-
like a young, Dylan and Cole
Dude,
Sprouse.
I'm sorry, but I'm just kind of done with the scary movie trope of kids drawing things.
Look at that.
Can
Well,
kids stop drawing things in scary
No,
movies,
they have
please?
to be creative. Doesn't that look like a brunette, Dylan and Cole Sprouse?
That's why I fuck with the new Finn Wolfhard scary movie, because he doesn't draw things. He just hits on the drums aggressively.
And like also hits on the ladies. Am I right?
What the fuck?
Looks like he was broken before.
No, am I right? He hits on L and he hits
Look,
on.
there's the boy.
Well, I guess
the dead
I guess
boy.
in it too, it alludes that he's gay. So
He tells me all sorts of things.
the doll tells you sorts of things.
I
Yeah,
just think it's all a
Good
little
for
bit
it.
he said
creepy.
he was looking at you, and then when you looked at him, he looked away.
That's kind of creepy. Why would you do that?
It's a
Why
doll.
would you do that to a demon doll?
Right, now he's
It's
gonna do that
the
to
same
you.
thing. Yeah, it's gonna know that you know. Yeah, look at that shit.
Rule number 1 of life:
Do you think?
don't ever buy life-size dolls.
Yeah.
Ever.
Did your sister have any American Girl dolls or anything?
Yes, but my dad kept it in its box in the closet, and I'm so glad he did.
Something is happening to him.
He's, oh my god, a centipede's crawling out of the boy doll.
Yeah, it was in the woods, buried underground. I'm surprised. Oh shit, that
Oh my
guy's dead.
god, the kid almost fell on a spike.
I'm sure he died in that scene.
No, he definitely didn't die. You can't kill kids in movies.
They've done it more recently. Thinking about Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, but that's off screen.
They didn't do it off screen. They
don't-
did it on screen.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? He was literally bleeding for his life.
I'm trying to watch trailer here.
I'm reacting to this trailer. Oh, that's
What the
that
fuck?
looks really bad. That just looks really bad.
That effect?
Yeah, it looks bad. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be better.
Maybe we're just like coming off the heels of watching Cats, so we know like the bare minimum of what we can achieve with CGI.
Cats. We're just cats. That's all I remember from that movie is that they just talk about how cat.
I'm Foxy Cat. Foxy Cat. I am the Foxy Cat.
Why did the one cat talk about? He loved being fat. Like I mean, like not saying that
Rebel,
you can't.
Rebel Wilson was the
No.
fat cat.
There was two.
There was
fat
only one
cats.
fat cat.
You can't. James Gordon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go.
James Gordon loved just being the fattest cat around, and not like fattest cat as in the old like term of like being cool.
But think about it. You know how many
But-
like fat cats there are that they just love
they hate
being
Mondays.
fat cats. They're just like, oh please, just give me another dollop of whipped cream, please. Like
Are you able to feed
I
your
need.
cat whipped cream?
You're not supposed to, but that's what makes cats
it
fat. Because cats don't process dairy like that. You know, they don't have.
So feeding
or
cats milk
not
is a
necessarily
lie?
dairy, sugar. They don't process sugar
Oh, okay.
like how we process sugar, which is why cat treats and dog treats don't have sugar in them. Oh man.
Sugar.
All right, I'm excited for this trailer. So, A24, famous studio, one of my favorite studios, actually my favorite studio, and
They're good.
They got a trailer called First Cow. All right.
Is it about a cow?
I don't know. I haven't seen it
interested.
yet.
Play
Can,
it.
can I push play, please?
Play that funky music.
Play that funky music.
White boy.
Thank you. Ready in 3, 2,
824.
824.
Crap.
Look, it's
That's
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf. Is it actually?
King Lou, you call me Cookie.
This ain't Shia LaBeouf.
That's-
Oh, I know who it is. It's.
My
Oh,
mother died when I was born. and
I'll
my
say it
father
after.
died. I never stopped moving.
What?
What?
Wondrous origin story of the American dream.
Started, that's the puzzle.
Is this Brokeback Mountain? Are they gonna be gay for each
I
other?
feel like it. will be.
The first cow. It's euphemism for sex.
place for cows.
There ain't no place for cows, damn it. Why you bringing that heifer out here?
Wait, okay, what? A film by Kelly Reichardt.
Look at that cow. That
It's
cow
like kinda-
look
oh,
at
he's-
that.
he's
They're
getting the
showing
udder.
It's so sexual.
Ooh, little cow nuggets.
Give me another.
I'll give you 6 ingots for that last one.
I'll give you 6 ingots for that one.
For his for his nuggets. He said he'd give him 6 ingots for his nuggets.
Seems dangerous.
I bet those things taste better than Wendy's spicy nugs.
I'll tell you what.
Perfectly made, perfectly acted, ultimately moving.
Look at that. We got some veterans up in here from the American Revolution.
Is this really just a movie about people who've never seen a cow before?
I've never seen no cow before, mister.
No, they can't say that because they don't know what a cow is. They'd say, I've never seen a fat
what is
horse
that?
before.
What is that? Is that a deer? I shot some deer in my lifetime. I've never seen a deer like that
That's
before.
one large rabbit.
What are all these others on here?
That
Or
dog.
what are all these
I've never seen a
tubes on
dog
there?
produce milk. Wait.
No,
If
they
never
do, they
seen,
do.
if they never
I've
seen
never
a cow,
seen-
how would they know what milk is?
You know what milk is. Milk, it comes from anything that has
But
life
milk,
besides birds, besides eggs.
The OG milk came from
I don't
cow.
think the OG milk came from cows. Like, milk from other animals is
I guess
not a new
I guess
thing.
technically, wouldn't the OG milk come from the breast of one Eve?
Yes.
Damn.
Well, I'm sure there was cows too as well.
She the original heifer. Please cancel me, please. Yeah.
Anyways, what do you think about that movie? That's your favorite studio. What do you think?
I think that I need to not give my opinion now and just go see it. I thought that it honestly
That's
was
fair.
gonna be a scary thing. I thought it was gonna turn out to be scary, and I was really hoping for it.
That cow's eyes sees into the future. It ain't pretty. What are you talking about, Jebediah? Boy, you'll find out here, Lucas.
I have no words. It literally
And
just
then we got Adam Sandler. Oh, come on! I need to get some of that cow milk.
dude, it just honestly looks like a fucking movie about a man taking a cow to people who don't know what a cow is.
Man, Johnny Appleseed up in this bitch, but with cows.
All right, let's move on. So we got the first official trailer for Gretel and Hansel. I feel like, are we following a
Didn't this movie already come out? Didn't we already get another Gretel and Hansel movie a few years back?
Are we following some sort of trend here when it comes to
From fairy tale, like
Aesop fables and like
what's that one movie? What's that? The Grimm Brothers or whatever?
yeah, like all the Grimm Brothers stories are just gonna be rehashed. Like, where's my Humpty Dumpty movie?
I feel like they rehash them like every other.
I want
generation.
a live action fucking Humpty Dumpty movie. That bitch better be a CGI egg.
That'd be so fucking weird. I wouldn't lie.
We
That'd be
saw
so weird.
they made a CGI movie about cats being cats with roaches with human faces on them.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
We can't do worse than that. We can't.
I forgot about that.
And mice with human faces on it.
That was so weird. That whole movie was just like what the fuck's going on? Anyways, let's play this.
All right, Gretel and Hansel. You ready, Ian?
Isn't it usually Hansel and Gretel?
Nope, Gretel and Hansel. You ready?
Sons of bitches. They changed it.
3, 2.
I'm called Gretel.
Oh shit!
This looks. Oh, I think I've seen this trailer
The
actually.
kid was smacking on that.
Oh,
whatever.
I've seen this trailer. This is the trailer with the girl from the. I've seen this one already. It's with from It, the girl from It.
Oh, it is the girl from It. Beverly.
Yeah, it's about the witch.
Young
how
Beverly.
she's like, it's Orion Pictures. Yeah, it's a new film from Orion, the newly formed studio that used to exist and then departed and now it's existing again.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungrier than you are.
Yeah,
Close to a
bitch.
pig.
What the
Aw,
fuck?
look at that. Brother and sister love.
I always thought that Hansel and Gretel were like the same age,
They should be.
or like
yeah.
very close.
I
This
thought
is
they
like
were, yeah.
a 13-year-old and like a 6-year-old.
Maybe they want it. You know, they change it up. You know, people can have different takes on different things. It's good.
This bitch got plexiglass
She
as
tall.
her window. She threw
She
a rock
tall.
at it and nothing broke.
This girl's tall. The witch. The witch is tall. Obviously, she's
She's
the
standing
witch.
next to a 6-year-old boy. Of course she's tall,
Your
Ian.
acquaintance? I'm called Gretel, and this rough one here is my brother.
And this is Hansel. What are you doing?
Like,
Get out of this boy's hair. He has a hairstylist.
Oh wow, this comes out pretty soon.
There's something wrong here.
But it's so,
So pleasant here.
Where are all the animals?
the heck?
And where does she draw milk?
The animals that draw milk. Where's that first cow? Where's the first cow?
What? There's a lot of symbolism in this movie. You see those triangles?
Yeah. Do you feel like they're trying too hard to be like a Hereditary or like a Midsummer?
What is hidden?
I feel like if this movie would have been produced by A24, you wouldn't ask that question,
It's fair. Yeah.
right? Though I feel like you would just be like, "Oh, cool. This seems like an A24 film."
Did Ari Aster make this film?
No,
No, I know.
What did you do with him?
I'm pretty sure Ari Aster said that he wanted to do like a musical or a comedy for his next
He did.
film.
He very much did so. That's disgusting.
She's just pulling a big ass wad of hair out of her mouth. Why? She said that's the ultimate test to know if you know how to kiss or not.
If you pulled the look at the scary ass photo right here. You
Here's the moral of this story. Don't go into the woods hungry. Bam.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. No, not our last trailer. Second to last trailer. We got Dracula, the final trailer. I never saw the first trailer nor a teaser trailer, and this trailer is
Nope,
only
me
a
either.
minute and 45 seconds long. So, where my teaser trailer at? Netflix.
Just play it.
You ready, Ian?
Yep.
All right, ready for Dracula in 3, 2.
I want to suck your blood. Oh, that's pretty
Suck
nasty.
your blood.
There's just blood and flies everywhere right now.
Did he just say I want to suck your blood?
No, I just said that.
He's got that pop collar swag. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Was that Dracula?
I think it was.
It's a Netflix original series. Can we get a Dracula Van
So
Helsing
many
crossover?
flies. Van Helsing is in Dracula.
I wish to know everything
No.
that occurred in the time you
I want a
spent with him.
crossover. Ew, what the fuck is that the dude from Green Lantern?
It's Ryan Reynolds.
No, remember at the end of Green Lantern when that goop fell on that dude's head and his head and his head got all big and then he
No.
smiled like as if there was gonna
No,
be a
that's
sequel.
the Hulk.
think you were having a nightmare.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What? What?
You're right.
We're not gonna get into that. It's from the producers of Sherlock, so this is a BBC movie
Everything
or a Netflix series.
There's one thing that he fears.
What are all these? All
Look
these
at
nuns have stakes.
We got all these nuns getting ready to kill.
Nuns can't hold stakes unless they have
They
crosses
can.
on the other side.
They do. They're nuns. Of course they have crosses.
No, the stake has to also double as a cross. They can't just have a stake. That goes against everything a nun does.
Are you?
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Dracula. My name, Dracula.
Dracula don't suck. Dracula scrape the lick. La 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 la.
What if can we just replace all the voice acting or the acting like the can we just get Dracula from Billy and Mandy
There's a Billy and Mandy
in this show?
Oh yeah, this is Dracula's jam.
It's like a bunch of serious shit happening. It's like, so what are you going to do about the nuns with the crosses? Dracula don't believe in nuns. Dracula believe in the Budapest.
Can we all appreciate Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, man? That show was hilarious.
Oh,
Man, love that show.
all right. Last trailer of the night. Finally, fucking
The New Mutants.
finally. I thought they were scrapping it.
I thought they were scrapping it, or I
Any-
thought they were just going to dump it on Disney Plus randomly and not say anything about it.
We watched the teaser trailer for this last year. And we talked about it maybe a few times also during last year. And last I heard of it, not even the actors knew what was happening. Because when I can't think of her name right now, the girl from that's in New Mutants that's also in what's the TV show we were just talking about with when the people are in the house and they're all related? The comic book show that we watched last year.
Oh, the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. What's the girl's name? Something Page.
All right. Oh, Ellen Page.
Ellen Page. Yeah. Yeah. So even when Ellen Page was doing her press run for Umbrella Academy, they were asking her about New Mutants as well. They were also asking the girl who plays Arya Stark. I can't think of her name right now either. I'm blanking. But they asked her as well. And they were saying they don't know what's happening with the film. They just don't know. They were like, "Wait, you don't know."
You know?
Maisie Williams. That's
I
what
don't know.
it was. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ridiculous. Ellen Page isn't in this film. It's just Maisie Williams. Maisie.
Ellen, what is about the New Mutants? What?
What?
New Mutants. What?
What are you talking about?
You know,
That'd be
the New Mutants.
somehow we get Ellen Page on the podcast. We're like, yeah. So Ellen, when we get New Mutants,
What?
so I haven't been in a X-Men movie since they were good. What is she? What is she dropped that T on us? What is she really?
Was she in it? Oh, was she Kitty Pryde?
Yes.
I did. Oh, wow. Nah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's what I'm saying. What does she drop that one on us? Haven't been in
Pryde.
because I'm pretty sure the last one she was
I always
in.
thought she was cute.
I
No,
think
she's
I'm
a
pretty sure the
lesbian.
last one she was in was Days of Future Past, which in my opinion was probably the last good X-Men film.
That was a good X-Men film.
That was the last solid X. And when
Apocalypse wasn't bad.
Apocalypse was kind of trash.
It wasn't bad though.
When you take into account how they did that story arc,
I mean, it wasn't a very good.
in the sense
retelling.
where they where they literally just told an entire story arc that should have been 2 or 3 movies in one movie,
Yeah.
right? So it's just
Yeah,
like
it wasn't a great film.
they
Here's
basically
the thing.
they just used
Don't
that
go
film.
see it.
They just
But
used that
if you
film
saw it.
to
you know.
prequel Phoenix. That's all they basically did.
No, they definitely did. They
But-
had a cool scene with Quicksilver in it.
That was it. But New Mutants, that's coming out. They didn't even give us. No, they did. April 3rd. Okay. Thank you. Finally. You know how many reshoots they did for that? It's probably still going to be trash. All right, let's talk about our last
sure it
topics
will.
of the
Wait,
night.
we didn't watch the trailer.
What? Oh.
We didn't watch the trailer. They're like, yeah, New Mutant. All right, next thing.
We didn't watch the trailer, Ian.
I know. Play the trailer.
God damn it. Oh, man. I'm so thrown off right now. All right, you ready for the New Mutants trailer? I
Yeah.
want to see this, too. I want to watch the trailer.
Yeah,
All right.
let's go watch it.
Ready in 3, 2.
Look at that. She catching ash or snow. Or,
I
oh,
think
shit.
she's
What the hell
blood.
is that?
He said we had to run.
So we've
If that's
seen.
her mutant power, is that she just can see mutant faces coming out of the holes? That's
Oh, I thought her
basically-
mutant power was that she could make mutant faces come out of the walls.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it would be. That'd suck.
That's a pretty good power.
What a
I-
lame power. I
Free
mean, it would
people-
just
you
scare
could get people to do whatever you wanted them to do.
Do you know what mutants are?
You know
No,
it.
I don't know what mutants
Don't you
are.
just love the fact that they can actually say the word mutants now?
Well, it's still technically a Fox Marvel
I was
film.
13.
I'm sure they're not going to
I thought it
acknowledge
was a dream.
the MCU in it.
What did you lose control? What did you do?
Sam,
Look, it's Stranger Things.
Yeah,
It's Jonathan.
People got hurt.
Jonathan Byers.
Roberto,
Roberto.
Girlfriend. I burned her.
What?
Ileana,
I killed 18 men.
Oh, good for you.
By one.
I killed 18 men with my vagina. What if that's what she said?
It's a cage.
You don't need no.
What if that's what she said, Ian?
I don't think she said that.
so we can help you get better.
Are they trying to like harvest the mutant powers, or what are they trying to do?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what they also tried to do in
I think she wanted me to
Logan.
see.
Is this a prequel to Logan?
What the fuck? What is happening?
We're here to get better.
Hey,
No, I don't think you're there to get better either.
what the hell?
This place takes your greatest fear and makes you live through it.
Supposed to be like a horror film? Is that what it's supposed to be? You look
I
scared.
want to know what their powers are.
You won't find out.
Together.
What are you doing?
I'm screaming. Look at that. That was cool. They're showing their powers. Do not look at them.
That wasn't- I don't- that wasn't really a power.
Education. Bam, ba-dam, bam, 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 ba-dam.
Is she a portaler?
Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone.
Is she portal?
She she can shoot blue stuff out of her eyeballs.
That's definitely not what happened.
She could harness the power of blue. Cyan.
Control yourself, Ian.
I don't know what she does.
All right. Let's get into our last two reviews of the night.
The reviews of the night.
The reviews. I mean, we've been reviewing everything that we've talked about, but the actual reviews
Yeah, these are our certified reviews. Yeah.
are 100% certified Rotten Tomato fresh.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
Stuff like that. No, I'm just happy.
Oh, okay. You want to be happy and talk about The Witcher?
Yeah, The Witcher. The Witcher. It's The Witcher. No, The Witcher is I can't really see off.
You don't need to see.
I know it's a fantasy drama show with Henry Cavill. It's based off of the books, which is also popular from the video games. I believe the books come first.
Yes.
And then the video games come after that.
And then the show.
Yeah, and then the show. And wait, is it just a continuation on from that?
What
or
do you mean?
Is it a retelling of the books?
What we've seen of season 1?
Yeah.
No, season 1 hasn't even technically started in the book. Season 1 started in short stories.
Yes,
season
I
one.
knew that.
Season
yeah.
1 is basically prequels to the books that are told in like short stories.
Interesting. Okay.
Not an entire book by any means, which is good because that means there's so much more source material to cover.
Yeah.
The Witcher was an 8-episode show
from Netflix.
They've said that they want to go as many as 6 seasons if they can.
That'd be cool. It'd probably be a fine retelling of a show if they did.
I think 6 seasons is good. I think 6 seasons is fine. Even if they get to the point where they feel like they can keep going, I'm sure that they could. I'm just glad that they're looking at it as, let's tell like actual stories here. Let's actually tell some stories here. And I want to see, people compared this show a lot to Game of Thrones, and I want to see this show blossom in the way that Game of Thrones did in terms of
popularity.
Following, popularity, and viewership. But Game of Thrones and The Witcher are very different shows.
Yes.
Where The Witcher kind of revels in its fantasy elements, Game of Thrones revels more so in its political, in its like medieval-esque like time elements. Yeah. There's not a lot of magic in Game of Thrones, and when you do see magic in Game of Thrones, it's used more so as kind of like a turning point of plot, and very seldom. It's not very often. Yeah. Whereas The Witcher revolves around a monster hunter who has been mutated to use.
Is it witches? Am I wrong?
I believe so.
Witches mutate the Witcher?
They mutated the Witcher so that he can do some spells, not the same amount and types of spells as actual witches and mages can use, but he can use some spells.
Yeah.
And is just gifted with, he's able to like see in the dark, and which changes their eye color as well as makes their hair white. And the interesting thing about Witchers also is that Witchers are hated amongst the population.
Yeah.
Common folk, silly. They hate it. It's really silly. It's very ass backwards thinking because they're hated, but at the same time, no one else can hunt and effectively kill these monsters that just run rampant around their world better than the Witcher. So they hire the Witcher to
toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah, toss a coin to your Witcher. O Valley of Plenty. And they hire this Witcher, kill off these monsters, and within the same breath that they're hiring the Witcher, they're also cursing him. They dislike the Witcher.
Yeah, they're very mad at him. They don't. Which I will say. I'll say that like I think if anything they don't show that much in the show. I mean, I think they have conflict with the Witcher. I think the first few episodes is they show the true like hatred towards the Witcher or a Witcher.
Well, that's all that they really needed, and I know what you mean. Like especially with there's a really nice city like kind of fight like in
it was sick.
Yeah, really sick, super sick. Which on that note, I want to point out the action in this show was incredible. You didn't get a ton of it, but when you did, it was really good. It was really good, especially for sword fighting, because when it comes to sword fighting in film,
be pretty blocky.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is like that's the accurate term for it, is blocking and choreography, and when you don't have good blocking, good choreography, and stunt doubles are just actors that are selling it right, it comes off a bit cheesy. It feels a bit CW showy.
Yeah,
and this definitely did not. The action was superb, and even I'll even throw a shout out to the special effects team, because especially I don't think there was a moment where I was watching the show where any of the special effects made me go,
that looks fake.
That look, or not even that looks fake.
Yeah,
but
especially that during the middle of the show when they had that weird like cat looking thing. Yeah.
But I was gonna say not even necessarily that looks fake, but more so because I feel like it's easy to just say that looks fake, because I mean, of course it's gonna be fake because it is fake, but like more so like that doesn't blend well. Like that looks so offsetting from the world around it that I know it's fake.
Yeah,
because all CGI looks fake, but what I feel like separates
it's not PS1 graphics,
right? But I feel like what separates good CGI from bad CGI is how well does it blend into your world? How well does it make your eye just ignore the fact that it's fake and just see it?
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me, what was your favorite episode?
Ooh. My favorite episode was definitely,
or if you can think of what your favorite scene was, and that probably isn't your favorite episode.
Definitely, no, I know what it is. Definitely when he's fighting that one weird monster, in like the third episode.
Church,
yeah,
or like the castle or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
I know what
it
you're
was
talking about.
sick. I love that fight scene. It was just so interesting. I can't remember the full episode, but I just that scene just sticks out to me, and I remember I liked it a lot. Yeah, that definitely. I can't. I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank to it. But that episode in particular was really good, and especially like the way that they made the monster. It looked real.
It was
like,
cursed.
It looked, yeah.
The monster was not really a monster originally. It was a person who had been cursed. The episode was interesting though. I like that episode because it showed that there's a lot of people that are just deceitful in this world. A lot of people that are willing to enlist in the Witcher's services to basically get themselves ahead in a situation. Like they try to use his job as a ways to get themselves further ahead in their own lives.
Yeah.
And that just shows you just how manipulative people are and how self-serving people are in this world, which was interesting. It was very interesting to see. That was a good episode. I like that.
There was a lot of good episodes. There was a lot of good scenes. Another one that stuck out to me was the opening scene. I think it was right. I'm not sure what episode it was, but I know that it's right after you meet the guy who plays the music, and he's like trying to write down everything that the one guy's seen. And he's like, "Oh yeah, the Witcher got 8. He's done. He's gone." He's like, "No, he's all right." He's like, "No, I saw him with my eyes. He's dead.
He's dead." Yeah, I remember that. I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, he was definitely." And let's give a shout out to him. Let's give a shout out to the bard of the show.
Yeah.
He did a great job being that bit of comic relief. He did a great job just being that role in general. From playing the video games, I didn't read the books, but playing the video game, I only played The Witcher 3. But from playing that game, the bard is like, he's that dude.
Yeah, he's good.
It was cool seeing him on the big screen like that.
Yeah, and seeing him actually. It shows a lot of depth of character to The Witcher as well. Seeing, they played his like, this is my friend. You know what I mean? Like, we need to, the whole episodes where like he got cursed by the gene. They don't call it a genie. They call it a gene or something.
Yeah. And, I liked the genie episode a lot.
Yeah, that was a good episode because I think it's really the first
gene.
episode where what's Yennefer and the Witcher meet. What is his name? Garrett? Garlet? Gorlot?
You want to try again?
I think it's Garrett or Garrison or something like that.
Are you drunk?
No, I can't remember how to pronounce it.
Geralt.
Geralt? Oh shit, I was way off.
Or it
Geralt.
could be Geralt if you want to pronounce it that way.
All right, it's the first episode that Geralt and like Yennefer meet. You know, it was a very interesting, especially they cut to an orgy scene that I was not expecting.
Well, if you were know about The Witcher, you wouldn't have been surprised.
And obviously, Geralt wasn't expecting either because he was like, "What the hell?" It's a bunch of people having sex. It was funny. He like is dragging him through the orgy. The music guy, and Geralt goes to talk to the witch who is Yennefer.
Mm-hmm.
And he just throws him on people having sex, and they start like caressing him, and he's like, "Ah!" Like, he's like, "This is awkward."
It was a good twist though to show how he got entranced by her, and even though they didn't show it happening, but like, which I'm not usually a fan of telling and not showing. But I mean, these episodes are like an hour long. They're
really long.
It would have been a lot to show us all the things that they said that The Witcher did. But even still, that was definitely interesting. It's hard for me to pick my favorite episode though. It's got to be between episode 2, 4 Marks, which is Yennefer's whole backstory, and episode 5, Bottled Up Appetites, which is which is the Jin episode that we were kind of talking about. Because, and I like them for 2 different reasons. I like Yennefer's episode because just seeing her backstory is really cool. I didn't know that in the lore that to become a mage, there's like, or a witch rather, you have to like go through this whole grueling process, and usually you have something that was like kind of wrong with you, and it gets fixed once you kind of ascend and achieve that high status. So I had no clue all that crazy stuff was going on with Yennefer, with her body and whatnot, and it was just like so interesting to see, you know, how that shaped her as a character and how that shaped her wants and her needs before she ascended and after she ascended.
Yeah, she was very much like, I need to be attractive. You know what I mean? Like, that was what she based it off of. Like, she's like, I want to be. Well, I mean, that was a big thing, but I think her big thing was like, she just wants to be seen. You know, she doesn't want to be seen.
I think that was bigger than anything. I think it wasn't necessarily I want to be pretty. I think it was, she just wants to not be seen as dirt, as mud, as a pig.
Yeah,
you know,
which is what the whole opening part of her first showing is interesting. Just because the lady is really weird, and then she's like, "Oh, you picked me a flower." I'm sorry, that's trying to be my British accent. And he's like, "Yeah, look at it." And he's like, "A daisy, not a rose." And he's like, "Yeah." And she throws it away, and then they start making out a little bit. And she's like, "Where's my daisy?" It's like, you didn't want that shit. Then why are you trying to get it back? But anyways, I just thought it was funny. But yeah, just like how you get introduced to her. Like, they treated her like really bad for no reason. Like, he was just like, "Here's your daisy," and they're like, "Oh, you're spying on us, you perv?" Pretty much.
It wasn't for no reason. It's because as you can see, if people in this world are going to shit on a man because his hair is white and his eyes are orange,
very superficial.
Of course, they're gonna shit on a woman who has a hunchback and a distorted face. You know, so like that. It wasn't for no reason. It was just clearly showing how these people view themselves, how they view beauty, and how they quite clearly do not view this woman Yennefer as being any object of beauty whatsoever. Now, Bottled Appetites was just a very fantastically told story in an episode. You start off with the bard feeling like he's not really being appreciated, feeling like Geralt is really just kind of brushing him off all the time, while Geralt is in the middle of trying to find the genie because he feels like the genie is the cause of him not being able to sleep. So when he finally does find it, and the bard takes it from him, and what we think unleashes the genie, which causes him to start spitting up blood from the throat, sends you on this spiraling story of like, oh shit, well now Geralt feels bad because he was just cursing at him, yelling at him, and we have to figure out, okay, well how do we fix him? He goes to a town, and he needs a mage. Well, we only have one mage here. Okay, well what's wrong with this mage? Well, you don't want to this mage is not one that you really want to trifle with. Okay, and then when you find out that mage turns out to be Yennefer, it just clicks. You're just like, wow, this is Geralt and Yennefer's first time meeting, and that's crazy because if you are a fan of the story, you already know that Geralt and Yennefer become a thing and are a big thing in the story and whatnot. So that was like that big aha moment, and then the whole story proceeding after that was just incredible. Like you talked about earlier with the coming in and seeing how she's kind of turned her place into like this kind of sex dungeon fantasy thing, and it's just like it's just the whole entire story is just interesting. She ends up helping him, but mainly for her own personal benefit, and then you see how Geralt kind of sees past all of her bullshit, and he's just kind of like, okay, I see you, and I see how you're hurting. Like they find their own commonalities in the ways that the world has treated them and beaten them down, and it's a beautiful story. It's just a very beautiful story arc within that episode. So it's hard for me to pick, so I'm just gonna say both of those are my favorites.
Yeah, I also forgot the dragon episode. The dragon episode was really good.
The dragon episode was pretty good.
Where they go off on that adventure, they get
it's Rare Species. That's episode 6.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the show is that it's toward not linear, so it's like it's happening different parts in times in history.
That was a downside.
That was a downside to me too.
I wish
I don't like that.
They would have given you timelines for each episode, give you a like this happened at this time and then this happened at this time, so you knew. And I've talked to some people that watch the show and people that read the books as well, and it seems like some people enjoy the fact that they don't hold your hand and they want you to really pay attention and think. For me, I didn't enjoy that.
It's not a big thing for me either.
I really wish that they would have just held my hand just a little bit, because I did not read the books. Now, did it make me think more? Yeah, I think I was using the side plot with Ciri as kind of like my anchor point for time, where I was paying attention to where she was in her story, and that would kind of tell me where the entire story was in terms of timeline, because her story was pretty linear. It was very clearly linear. It's like she's either with the prince, or not the prince. She's either with the queen and the queen is alive, or she's not with the queen and the queen's still alive, or she's not with the queen and the queen's dead. And that kind of helped me figure out where the other characters were at that same time period, because it didn't seem like within an episode they jumped different times. It just seemed like per episode they jumped times. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my only downside to the show. Everything else about it was fantastic. If you guys haven't seen The Witcher yet, I implore you, please go see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good episodes. There's, it's not very highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics, which I don't see why. I like it. I think it's a very good show. I think that Henry Cavill is a great actor in this film. Not the film, the TV show.
No, he did a fantastic job bringing Geralt of Rivia to life in this TV show.
Yeah, very good, very good. I'm interested to see what they do next season, because I know there's definitely going to be a next season.
Oh, of course.
So I'm interested to see what they do. Maybe they'll do a linear like a show. I felt like this was
more
very
jumping around.
Origin story. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
They wanted everybody to have their due. Now, after they got everybody to have their due, they're going. Hopefully,
I will say though, I am a big fan in TV shows of having multiple characters split off and have their own storylines and then come together.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I love seeing stories like that in movies. Especially love seeing them in TV shows, because it's very nice for world building. Very nice for world building.
Yeah.
And then you get to have these awesome set pieces in the culmination episodes. So
like the whole Wizard War or whatever, or Witch War or whatever.
Yeah, that was the episode 8. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Amazing. So we'll see what's gonna happen in season 2. We're not slated to get season 2 until 2021.
Oh,
so
that's poop.
We have to go the entire year of 2020 with no Witcher, but that's okay.
Final verdict.
Final verdict.
For this.
Solid 9.
Solid 9.
Solid 9 of a TV show. It would get a 10 had it not chosen to jump around.
I agree
with the story, but everything else fantastic. I have no other pitfalls for the show. It's a great show.
Good show.
Yeah,
go see it.
What about you?
Solid 9.
Solid 9.
Solid 9.
Fair enough. All right, let's talk about the Mandalorian. Last story of the night.
Yep.
The Mandalorian, also known as Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
Yes.
People say this is a space western, which I guess kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
This was on Disney Plus. This show has grown to astounding critical acclaim as well as pop culture fame.
Oh yeah, very big. Very big. Disney knows what they're doing when it comes to cute little animals.
Yeah, but I'm kind of at the point where I'm not here for it.
That's a fair argument.
I'm not here for
but
it.
You can, do you think
now?
Baby
Get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is a great show.
Oh,
this
fantastic.
is a really good show, but it's not. Let me say this a bit clearer for you guys. This is not a good show because of Baby Yoda.
No, it's not.
Not
Baby Yoda puts like
at
it's like
all.
a cherry on the top.
What Baby Yoda does for the show is he holds a plot device. He's basically a plot device. He is there purely so that the plot has something to move forward. What Baby Yoda is essentially the Mandalorian's elixir. In his hero's journey, would you not agree? I feel like
I'd agree.
The Baby Yoda is essentially just a very long-winded elixir because he needs it to change himself to go back into the world to be a different person. And that is essentially what Baby Yoda is. Now, before I get too ahead of myself, we'll get back to the elixir and how I feel about Baby Yoda. But The Mandalorian is a TV show about not Boba Fett,
no,
not Jango Fett,
nope,
just a regular old dude who just happens to be a Mandalorian. Now, what are the Mandalorians, you might ask, Ian? Ask me.
What are the Mandalorians?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I'll tell you. So the Mandalorians is it's not a race, which I love how they make note of that in the TV show. They're like it's not,
which I believe for a long time. I thought it was a.
I think I'm pretty sure I did too, as well as a lot of people. It's not a race. It's a creed. The Mandalorians, it's like a gang. You know, it's like the Bloods of the Crips. The Mandalorians. The Mandalorians is the creed of people. It's a creed of hunters, elite hunters, said to be, and in most cases proven to be, the most fiercest in the galaxy. Like, if you come across a Mandalorian, you better pray that you're not on his marks list. Like, he's not coming after you, because he'll take you dead or alive, and most of the times you're getting put in that carbonite. You don't want to get put in that carbonite.
Nope,
not at all. But the story basically follows one Mandalorian who is put on a mission to basically, what is it? He's to deliver a package. He's not even told what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And once
he's kind of told. He knows it's a man because he's a bounty hunter. So most bounty hunters know that they're hunting something.
Yeah.
Or someone. But he's told that he's hunting a 50-year-old creature.
Yeah, and once he gets it, he realizes that it's not a creature, it's a baby. And to our knowledge, it looks like Yoda, and people, I guess, know, majority of people that watch Star Wars apparently don't know what Yoda's race is, so they just call it Baby Yoda.
Yeah, they do call it Baby Yoda.
But
I don't think it is terrible. Yoda.
No, it's not. It's not Yoda, because this happens after the fall of the Jedi. This happens, I'm pretty sure, before the most recent trilogy, but after the whole 6 movies that we've already seen.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere in there. There's no Jedi. Yeah. Jedi don't exist right now. So Yoda's definitely dead. And so is the Jedi Order. But anyway, so he finds this baby, and he's kind of like, huh, okay. And then he takes it back to deliver his.
Well, he doesn't
mark.
want to kill it because he
can take it dead or alive, but he doesn't. But there's obviously no reason to kill it because it's not hostile in any way.
The droid wanted to kill it.
Yeah, which also let's give a shout out to Taika Waititi for playing that droid.
Yeah. Also directed the last episode. Anyways,
did.
Getting too far ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, so he then tries to deliver the baby to his employer, and he's asking what they're going to do with it, and he's realizing, okay, they don't have very very good means with this baby. That they don't want to do anything that I feel morally okay with. And that's where the story kind of begins. That's where the Mandalorian decides to take his hero's journey and say, okay, I don't like this. I don't think this doesn't agree with how I am as a person, not necessarily what my creed agrees with. So he does the unthinkable, and he kills everyone and takes the baby and
it doesn't
sets
kill
off.
everyone, but he does kill a lot of stormtroopers.
He kills a lot of people in order to escape.
Yeah.
And then that starts his hero's journey, and from there we go on a really wild ride of the Mandalorian just trying to figure out what this baby is, who he is as a person. Is he still a Mandalorian? Does he still belong to the Creed? What does he do with that? What does he do?
Bounty Hunter's Creed? Is he still a bounty hunter?
What does he do if he isn't a part of this Creed? If he isn't a Mandalorian, can he be, just himself?
Yeah.
Can he? It's just it's a very compelling and interesting story. It is
really.
No, it really is. Pedro Pascal, shouts out to you for playing the Mandalorian. You did a fantastic job. I remember talking to you, Ian, while watching this show, and I was just kind of like, is he going to take his helmet off? I really just want to take his freaking helmet off.
Yeah, they really, I will say, they take that almost like it's a sacred thing. It's like, they play like it's like, well, it is a sacred thing in the universe, but they want to make sure we know the importance of that. You know what I mean? They want to make sure. And the only time that he's not allowed to show it to a living thing.
Yeah, you don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the thing with the show is just that I feel like I was really just harping too much on I wanted him to take the mask off, but like you said, like they made sure that they made it apparent, maybe not so much in the beginning, but like as you kept watching, they were really trying to make it apparent that this is more of a personal thing with the Creed, that the Creed is this type of creed that it's an honor to be bestowed with this helmet, with this armor. You get this armor, that's really what it boils down to. Like that armor is like everything to them. And when you have this armor on, you are one of us. You are part of the Mandalorian Creed. You do not take it off for anybody. And you see that in a lot of instances during the show, which was really interesting. I will say there's a couple downsides that I have with the show. A couple things that I did not particularly like.
What's up?
One thing would be the TV PG rating. Now,
Fair,
I understand Disney is Disney, and Disney wants to do what Disney does, and they want to make things very palatable for widespread audiences, and I respect that. That's awesome. But my thing also is, at some point in time, guys, you gotta kind of just pick an audience and narrow it down just a bit, and because when you do that, that's how you get Game of Thrones. You don't like, and okay, I'm sure there are people that will argue with me and say, well, this show has obviously gotten widespread acclaim and blah blah blah, Baby Yoda, memes, Baby Yoda. But that's what I'm saying. This show got so much attention because of memes, because of a character that has no lines, because of a character that is really. The only integral part to the story is to be the elixir to the main character.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal was the torchbearer for this film. The Mandalorian was the torchbearer for this film, and it was not Baby Yoda. This film does not ride on the backs of Baby Yoda. It rode on the back of Pedro Pascal and all of his supporting cast members. So with that, I'm saying that I feel like if they could have at least went TV PG or PG TV 14, sorry. They could have at least went TV 14. We could have at least gotten a little bit more grit. Because if you're marketing this as a space western, who watches PG space western or westerns in general? Because when you think of a western, what do you think of?
Thinking of gunslinging,
right?
And
shooting up people in like the bar or whatever whatever they call the saloon. Sorry.
Yeah.
You think of more grit. You think of
Django or like the Ballad of what's that one Netflix movie that's like
Valor of Buster and Scrubs or whatever the hell.
Buster Scrubs or something.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's just like I just remember one of the first few scenes in episode 1 where you have this really awesome shootout between the Mandalorian, and he shoots the control panel to a door, and it closes on some alien dude, and you know that dude got chopped in half. But they don't show it because it's PG. So they show you shooting the panel and they show the door starting to close, but they show it they cut off.
They kind of show his body fall to the ground. Like you do see that it's like the shot that they show is that it's inward or not in. They're looking at the man.
Yeah.
So it's like you see the body fall.
I just want to know
half of the body fall.
A little bit, yeah, but I just want to know, what does Disney think they're going to lose by being a bit more graphic? You know, Ian, how many movies did we see in 2019 that were rated R where there were young kids in there?
Well, The Good Boys.
Just about every single one, right?
Yeah.
Just about every single rated R movie that we saw, there were definitely some kids that were underage in those theaters. Parents don't care anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said what movies that had kids in it that was rated R.
No, that we went to go see.
Yeah, you're right. There was, especially Midsummer. I was surprised about Midsummer. I was not expecting any little kids to be in there, but they were there.
But it's like, I just don't understand. What does Disney think that they're about to lose? They're not going to lose anything. You know, the audience is still going to be there. We don't need a live action Clone Wars. And if you want to make that, then make it. But I'm just saying, if you're going to do a spaghetti western, if you're going to do a space western movie, give us a little something grittier. Give us a little something grittier, because you guys had this series down to a T. The action, superb. The fighting, superb. The special effects for a TV show, fantastic. I just wanted a little bit more grit, a little bit more angst, a little bit less cutesy Yoda. Oh, you know, I don't know. Because he's not important.
He's not important.
He's not like the first time he did something.
Well,
cute,
he's important, but he's not.
The first time he did something cute, I was like, okay, that's funny, that's cute. But then it's like the rest of the time they're just showing him do random things, and it's just like, okay.
He's important to the story, but he's not necessary. He doesn't really do anything.
Right. He's just a baby. He's just a baby.
He's supposedly 50 years old. I don't know.
That bothered me.
I'll argue. I don't think that they need to get gritty. You know what I mean? I think I'm
not even asking for a TVMA. That's too much to ask. If they did it, I'd be like, damn, all right, bet, that's cool. But at least TV 14, because there's a lot you can get away with TV 14.
I don't know. I don't know. I felt like I was able to fully appreciate and understand all the darkness that they wanted to pull from those movies. Or from those TV shows. I keep on calling them
what darkness?
Movies.
They didn't pull any darkness away from this.
Not darkness, gritty.
I feel like there really wasn't that much grit.
All the grit that they pulled a Samurai Jack. You know, in Cartoon Network, when Samurai Jack first started showing
Samurai Jack wasn't TV PG.
Not.
No.
Oh, interesting. Well, it was
on Adult Swim. No shows on Adult Swim or TV PG.
No. The original Samurai Jack was on Cartoon Network.
I feel like it still wouldn't have been TV PG. I feel like it had to be TV 14. Because you could have TV 14 shows on Cartoon Network.
But you can. But the whole time they were showing, like they cut. It reminded me of Samurai Jack because he would fight mainly robot. The graphic parts was all with robots, and you know that's what he was able to a way to get around those ratings was like, oh, let me show him use his skills, but to this robot. Let me show him use these skills. That was the same thing with Samurai Jack. Let me show him use his skills, but with these robots. So he's slicing robots in half, but not people. That's, I don't know. I don't think they need to necessarily show blood to be gritty. You know what I mean? I think that you can allude to it.
It's not even like a blood thing, because you can't even show that much blood, or if any, in TV 14. It's more or less just, it's like the film, like the whole feel the whole feel and slightly the look of the film will change a bit from going PG to 14. You know, and it would have added a bit more to make the stakes feel a bit higher. It would have added a little bit more to make it seem like it just wasn't like I don't really enjoy feeling
I feel like
I'm
a certain film a certain scenes would change. I feel like that's
and I don't really enjoy feeling like I'm being thrown on not to quote Scorsese, but like a theme park ride. I don't really enjoy the feeling of like having my hand held like in that extent. I know we just talked about hand holding and hand holding in The Witcher, but to this extent, I'm meaning I don't enjoy having my hand held in like that sense where it's just like, all right, we got this guy. All he knows is to hunt people and turn them in for money, but now he's got this cute little baby thing, and the cute little baby thing's gonna do a little goo goo gagas at you and make you go aww. And yep, he's gonna shoot at some people, but you're never gonna see anything really like happen to them. They're just gonna kind of be okay in the end, you know. Like,
well, some people got evaporated.
Yeah, like a few, but like one my favorite episode of this had to be the let me look at the title of it. The Prisoner. The Prisoner.
Oh, that was a good one with Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr was in that. Which shouts out to Bill Burr, his debut acting role, playing one of the scumbags. That's what I'm dubbing them in that episode. It was good. It was a good episode, and basically the Mandalorian is he kind of goes on a bounty with followers, with friends, not friends, but like people, with a group of people. And it's like this bounty where they need to sneak onto like a prison ship and get this prisoner out and yada, yada, yada. But during the episode, he fights all of the members and they like allude to him winning or possibly killing them, but you don't. Everything's alluded to. That's the thing that pisses me off about the show.
Yeah,
everything is alluded to.
At the very
you don't see it.
Yeah,
you don't see it. I need to see it, and they can't show you it because if they did, it would then the show would be unveiled for what it is, and that's a TV PG show. Because if they show you the things that they should be showing you, it's not gonna look that cool. Because your mind doesn't need to wander. You don't need to think about, oh, well, what did he do to get them into this cell? You're gonna see it, and it's not gonna look that cool because he can't really hurt them because it's TV PG. You know what I mean? So it's like the show would look a bit different. It would feel a lot different. All I'm asking, TV 14 at least. But that's pretty much all I got for this show.
Yeah.
I want to leave it with I would give this show a solid 8. It's very enjoyable. It's very good. No, I definitely like The Witcher more.
Yeah,
because in comparison there were less negatives for The Witcher. The only negative was more of like the negative for The Witcher was more of just kind of like a formality, like not even a formality. It was just kind of like a cosmetics. It's like, yeah, because they could take all those episodes and just order them the way that you should watch it to make sense, and that would be fine. And I could figure that out myself and just watch them in the order that is chronological and be fine. And they wouldn't need to change anything else. I just would need to figure out what the chronological order. This, for The Mandalorian, I'm upset with the rating they chose to go with and how dumbed down and handhelding they wanted to go with the themes and the overall feel of the show. But I will still say an 8 is a good rating. A solid 8 for a TV show.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good show. It's a great show, honestly. Watch it. Because I'm sure a lot of you probably don't have the same opinions as me exactly. So you guys might really, really love the show, and I implore you, watch it. It's fantastic. What's your closing thoughts, Ian?
I ended up liking The Mandalorian more. And I actually, when I first watched the first 4 episodes of The Witcher, I wanted to like it, if that makes sense. I wanted it to be the show that beat The Mandalorian, which right now currently, I mean, The Mandalorian ended before The Witcher, so maybe that's why it's beating it as the most on demand show. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? The Witcher is the most on demand show.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Well, before it though was the Mandalorian.
I think you're saying things a bit backwards here. The Witcher came out all at once. The Mandalorian came out episodically.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian just ended. The Witcher already ended. The Witcher ended in 2019.
Yes, it did. But no, the Mandalorian also ended in 2019.
Well, The Witcher ended before the Mandalorian.
Technically,
because
they threw it all at you at once.
Yes.
But I would argue that people saw the Mandalorian first.
They couldn't have, because The Witcher came out first.
No, it didn't. Because we watched the Mandalorian first. The Witcher didn't come out until December.
Yes, but The Witcher came out all at once and everyone binged it, whereas we still had to wait for the Mandalorian to finish before we could, like, the Mandalorian.
Which it finished like maybe the next day after The Witcher was released.
I don't think it was the next day.
But it was in the same week.
I don't even think it would be the same week, but maybe.
Anyway,
because the episodes came out weekly.
It did, yeah, it did. Anyways, I ended up liking The Mandalorian a little more. I liked the whole Western aspect. I liked the whole, I don't know. I don't.
It was a week. The Witcher came out December 20th, and the last Mandalorian episode came out December 27th.
Okay. I don't know. I just don't think you need to go super. Maybe it's because I like animation and I still kind of watch cartoons and animation. And I feel like you don't need to go, like super dark. I don't know. I don't feel like it's handheldy in my opinion. But I definitely like everything that the Mandalorian did. It got a little slow in the middle of it, and then really picked back up during the prisoner episode. And where The Witcher for me, kind of after the third episode, got slow for me, in my opinion. But it still was a good show all around, and still had very good episodes after the third episode. So I would still say that if we have to rank the Mandalorian higher, I would say honestly it's not that much higher than The Witcher though. I would say it's a 9.5 out for me than The Witcher, which I gave a 9.
You would rate it a 9.5?
Yeah, because I liked it just
out
a
of
little
10?
more. Yeah.
You're being very generous with your rating.
I like The Mandalorian more. If I like The Mandalorian more, that means I have to rate it higher than The Witcher.
Then change your rating of The Witcher then. That's ridiculous though. That's like, because that's 0.5 points shy of a perfect show.
But that happens. That happens in real life. That happens.
The Mandalorian is not 0.5 shy of a perfect TV show. It's just not. It's not. It's a good show, but it's not that good.
And that's your opinion, but my opinion is I think
you think it's 0.5 points shy or 0.5 points shy.
And
than
I like
show.
The Witcher. I think The Witcher deserves an A.
Talking purely about The Mandalorian, you think it's 0.5 points shy of a perfect show?
If we're just talking like basic, no, I would give it a 9. But
see, so then just say The Witcher and The Mandalorian are both 9s, or change your rating of The Witcher.
I like The Mandalorian better.
That's okay, but
so
rate the we're rating the show. Don't just give it a
fine. We'll give it a 9. But I like The Mandalorian more. That's my final thoughts.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to grind your gears there, mate. But yeah, that's good to know, Ian. I'm glad I know this about you now. Glad to know that you're a scrub.
I don't think there was ever. I watch animation a lot. I don't think there was ever.
What does that have to do with The Mandalorian?
Because all animation is pretty much PG. So
this isn't an animated show. So
I know, but you were. Never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
What?
Not argument, but I'm not going to get into discussion. It was just. I said that I don't think you need to go super PG-13 or gritty to make it like gritty. I don't think hand-holding. I'm sorry, not holding. Hand-holding necessarily is. I don't know. I don't see it as hand-holding. I think it's just alluding. I guess it's hand-holding, but I don't think it has hand-holding.
I don't understand your connection of animation films that are, or animation TV shows, whichever you were saying, that are PG to this TV PG show.
Because I was comparing it to Samurai Jack, which is a PG until it gets to Adult Swim. After that, it's PG. I literally just talked about this.
Yes, but
Samurai Jack is PG until it hits Adult Swim. I remember when it hit Adult Swim. I watched it. I watched it as the episodes was coming out. You looking this up? Maybe
Keep
I'm
talking.
wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Keep talking.
But Samurai Jack would not show blood because they changed the blood to oil because all Samurai Jack would do is kill robots, and kill they would all explode. They would all explode at the end until it hit the last season because the last season was on Adult Swim. And so I just never I didn't think of anything of it. I just thought he was killing robots. I just was like, yeah, he's killing robots. In The Mandalorian, he kills actual people, but they don't show it. Like they don't not that they don't show it because they definitely show a man getting cut in half, from a weird angle. But yeah.
So what is your connection between the ratings of Samurai Jack and The Mandalorian? Yeah, just to be clear. What is
the ratings as in PG ratings?
What is your connection between the two? Because you've talked about
because
what the ratings.
Both, in my understanding, I feel like Samurai Jack and The Mandalorian similar in the sense of how they show how they fight. Like their fights are elaborate and big scale, and yet they have this type of PG rating, or they have this type of kiddie rating, I guess you would like to say. But they're able to show all this stuff in the sense of just, saying, oh, well, we're not, in the sense of Mandalorian's sake, they're saying, we're not just going to show it on screen. But in Samurai Jack, they're like, we're going to show it on screen, but all his opponents are going to be robots, so he's not actually killing robots.
Well, it's saying here that the fifth season got rated TV 14.
Yeah.
And then it was saying the seasons before that were TV PGV,
which is violence.
Yeah, which I don't know if that sub little category with the V transcended into The Mandalorian, or if maybe because that was a lot older of a TV show, maybe you don't need to put those extra letters onto it anymore, so maybe the V is just implied if it is actually there. But yeah, so it looks like it did originally start off with PVPG and then ended up TV 14, which makes sense for that show. That show was dark. But yeah, I just want a little bit more darkness in my show. That's all I want. That's all I want.
That's okay. That's okay that you want.
I'm glad you find it okay. I'm glad that we can sit here and we can argue about the TV ratings of TV shows while we drink beers, because that's what we do.
You asked me my opinion on it.
I did, and I got it. Yeah.
It's a good show. Both are good shows.
They're both good shows. Go watch them both.
They're both 8 episodes. They're both, well, one's on Netflix, the other one's on Disney.
Yeah.
I don't know. My final verdict is that I think The Mandalorian's better.
Yeah.
And your final verdict?
All right, Ian, I'm trying to end the podcast. Stop
what's
talking.
your final verdict?
I've already said my final verdict.
It's The Witcher.
Anyway. That's gonna be the end of the podcast, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys check us out on YouTube, Broskis and Brewskis on YouTube. If you guys are listening to this on Podbean, I'm not exactly sure how our episode descriptions kind of trends into the other podcast platforms, but I do try to put all of our links to our Instagram and our YouTube on the Podbean descriptions. So hopefully those links transcend into the other apps as well. If not, we're Broskis and Brewskis on Instagram, Broskis and Brewskis on YouTube as well. Check us out. And with that being said, hope you guys have a fantastic week. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, year. It's 2020, baby. 2020. Yeah. With that being said, stay frosty.
See you later. Bye.